Hello Year 5 and welcome to your maths lesson for World Book Day today. Now there is a little bit of English that comes up in our lesson today, but it's more going to be a maths focus than an English focus because we've got something else to do different for English today. So this is called Lost in the Library, okay? Now you need to imagine you're in this library, you're lost, you're having a wonderful time, you're reading, you're exploring all of these books, and you find some really interesting ones. And then as it comes to leave, you realise that all the librarians are gone and you're the only one in the library. So you go to the door and you try it and it's locked, okay? Now, luckily, there's an adult in your group or you as a child has a plan. Again, there's a set of clues, okay, that's going to give you the code to open the door, okay? So what your challenge is you need to solve the clues and the puzzles, okay, to discover what that passcode, what that digit code is, to be able to get yourself out of that door. Now, these clues could be anywhere, okay, so you need to keep your eyes peeled and your minds really sharp, okay? Now, the rules are, now if you're at home, obviously you'll be doing this on your own, but if you're at school, okay, you can work with somebody else, have a go at this. Okay, what you need to do is find a clue, and then you need to try and solve that part of the puzzle. Okay, now I have sent home all the individual sheets, okay, for you to record your answers on. Once you've discovered the passcode, okay, if you're at school, you can check it with your teacher. What I'm going to do there is I'm going to get you guys to go off and have a go at doing it first. And then I'm going to get you to come back to the video and I'm going to go through the answers. And then at any point in time you've got one of the answers wrong, that's when I'm going to tell you to pause the video to see if you can work out what the correct answer is, okay? Because it might have an effect on the code that you get at the end, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the video and it's going to come up with all the different questions that you guys have got at home, and I'm then going to work through the answers with you, okay? So what I'm going to ask you to do now is pause the video, and I want you to go and have a go at all of the clues that you've got in front of you, okay? So your first one here, for example, is a book on fractions, okay? And you need to have be able to convert them to equivalent fractions, okay, and pair them up, and there'll be one that's left over. So what I want you to do now is pause the video, go and have a go at answering all of the questions to see if you can work out what the code is, and then come back to the video without cheating, and we'll go through the answers and we'll see if you got the correct code. Okay, so pause the video and have a go. Okay, so a book on fractions provides the first clue. So a page in the book contains some fractions. Okay, now there's a number of pairs of equivalent fractions. There's going to be one fraction left over. So the numerator, okay, in the fraction that's left behind, so that top number is going to be our first clue. Okay, so let's reveal the answer. So if we match these all up, okay, to equivalent fractions, you have one left over. Okay, and the clue there was the numerator. Okay, and the numerator there was 3. Okay, so your first clue there is going to be the number 3. So if you got that wrong, you need to go back and double check where it was that you went wrong. If you got it right, let's find out what the next clue is. So in a dictionary, a set of verbs are listed. So this is where some of our English creeps in. And what we need to do is convert each word using the suffix able or ibble. Okay, so suffix obviously is a group of words or letters that goes on the end of a word and changes its meaning. Now, the number of words that uses the suffix able, okay, is going to give us the clue. So you needed to work out which ones were going to have the correct responses on the end, okay? So let's have a look and see what they matched up as. So accessible, responsible, and horrible, okay, were our ibbles. And enjoyable, comfortable, desirable, likable, and usable, okay, were our ables. We had 5 of them that had the able suffix on the end, okay? So that there means that our number is 5, okay? So well done if you got those correct. It's been a while since we've looked at these suffixes because I know we've done different focuses on our grammar lessons, but well done if you got that one correct. Now, clues for digit 3. We're going to go back to maths. It's back to fractions, your favourite. So we've got the fractions, and this is going to give us our third clue. Okay, now these are all mixed numbers. Okay, now to find the required digits of the number that we're looking for, you need to convert the mixed numbers to improper fractions and convert the equivalent fractions with the same denominators, add them together, and then convert them back to a mixed number. Whoa. So we've got to change them all to mixed numbers first. Then we've got to find equivalent fractions. Okay, so we've got to make all the denominators the same. So we might have to do some multiplying. And then once we've got all those answers where they've all got the same denominators, then we've got to change them back to mixed numbers. Okay, so let's have a look and see how you got on. So 2 3/3 is 5/8. So we've got 7/14 and 23/6. We're going to match all the denominators, so it's 12. If we now add those all together, That's 129 over 10. Now, the clue here says the digit that appears in the ones place of the whole number, because obviously we've got two numbers, it's 10. And obviously the 0 is our ones number in that one there. Okay, so that's our third digit. Okay, that's our third clue. Okay. 0 is our third clue. So let's have a look at our fourth clue. So now we're going to go back to a little bit of grammar, a little bit of English. Now, this grammar book provides our fourth clue. And we think, well, how many words are modal verbs? Now, you're thinking, modal verbs. Where have I done modal verbs before? Oh, it is actually one of your SPAG lessons from this week, but you're not doing that till Friday. So this is going to be a recap for you to see if you can remember which ones are modal verbs. Okay, now we've done this one of our grammar lessons. We've picked up on it a few times in our English lessons. So let's see if you could work out which ones were our modal verbs. You'll know this now for Friday. So we had could, can, must, might, may, would, and ought to, and will. Okay, so you count them all up. We've got 8 of them. Okay, so your fourth digit there to get out of this door is the number 8. So well done. So modal verbs are words or verbs, okay, or auxiliary verbs that tell us whether something will or won't happen, or the likelihood that something is going to happen or isn't going to happen. But I'm pretty sure, if I think about it from memory, that's going to be your Friday lesson, I think. Okay. So let's have a look at this for clues for digit number 5. So the library has a shelf of books that have been purchased at a discount. So they've got some money that's been taken off from what their original price should have been. So alongside it is a set of fractions. Oh! Now you need to match the percentage discounts to the fraction. Okay, now there's one percentage that has no matching fraction. So if you haven't done this one yet, okay, I'm going to explain to you now how to do it, because we've not done percentages yet. I know you've done it in other year groups, but we've not covered it yet in year 5. So I'm going to tell you how to do this one, and then I'll let you pause the video before I then give you the answer if this is one of the questions you've missed out on. Okay, so what you need to do when we convert something to a fraction, okay, is basically 15% would be the same as saying 15 over 100. So you can think, well, how many lots of 15 could I get into 100? Or could I simplify that so I can do it so it's like 5? So it would be 3 over 25 or something else. So you need to imagine that these are fractions over 100, okay? Now, all of these ones here are easy. This is the only one that's the hard one, okay? So we know that 75%, okay, if we count all the way up to 100 in groups of 4, you've got 25, which is a quarter, 50, which is 2 quarters, same as a half, and you've got 75%, which is 3 quarters, okay? You've got 30%, well, that's going to be 3 out of 10, because you've got 10 lots of 10 in 100, and I've got 3 of them here, so it's 3 lots of 10. So I might have just given away some of my answers there. So what I'm going to get you to do now is pause the video and see if you can work out this one if you haven't already, and then I'll give you the answer. Okay, so the answer needs to be the digit in the tens place of the percentage that doesn't have a matching fraction. So let's reveal our answers. Dun, dun, dun. I kind of gave the answer away to you, really, didn't I? Okay, so the tens place value here for 15% is our tens. We've got 1 lot of 10, so the answer here is 1. So you can see 75% here is 3 quarters, because you can count 4 lots of 25, and we've got 3 of them. We've got 1 lot of 25, so that's a quarter. We've got 30%, that's the same as saying 3 lots of 10, so 3 out of 10. 50%, well, that's half of 100. And 20%, we could say would be 2 over 10, okay, because you've got 2 lots of 10, okay, out of 10. But we know we can simplify that to a fifth, okay, because 5 lots of 20 gives us 100. So the key answer there to that one is number 1, okay? So well done if you got that before I explained it. Well done if you managed to get that right answer after I then explained how to do it. So clue number 6. So the 6th clue is an adventure story. So you need to find how many adverbs of possibility, okay? So we're looking for words, adverbs that are going to tell us whether something is or isn't going to happen. So it's a little bit like our modal verbs. And the number of adverbs that you're going to find is going to be the 6th clue. So let's reveal the answers. So probably, obviously, perhaps, and surely. Okay, so we've got 4. Okay, 4 keywords in there that are adverbs of possibility. Okay, so well done if you managed to spot those in that part of our text. Now, Miss Humphrey, you're evil. Evil? Yes, I gave you decimals. Okay, I gave you decimals and I gave you fractions. Now the decimals, okay, was a little bit mean, but we are doing decimals for our next topic. So I suppose it's a little bit of a warm up to see what you remember. Okay, So clue number 7 is found on this poster in the library. Now we've looked at these pyramids ones with our fractions. Okay, we know that these two added together give us this one. We know these two added together give us this one, and this one is this one, and vice versa. Each one underneath gives us the answer above. Okay, now look at the relationship between the three decimal fractions. Between the three decimal fractions in the bottom left-hand corner, and you need to then use the pyramid to help you complete it. Now, what I would do, okay, is remember that decimals are like buttons on a shirt. Okay, you don't mismatch your buttons and do them up in a zigzag. Your buttons go one under the other in a straight line. So this is exactly the same as just adding. You just need to make sure that your decimals are lined up. You've got all your numbers in the correct place value, and you've got your decimal in your answer, okay? So if you haven't already had a go at this one, and it's now a little bit easier to understand how you would do it, go and have a go at doing these now. Make sure you line your numbers up, make sure your decimal points are in there. See if you can work out what the missing answers are. Okay, so everyone now that's done it. So we need to find the common digit in the shaded boxes for the 7th clue. So we need to find a number that comes up the most. And it's got to be in these two boxes here. So let's have a look at what the answers were first. Oh, so I'm looking at 6.25 and 4.6, with a number that comes up more than once there is the number 6. Okay, so well done if you found that clue there for digit number 7. Okay, digit number 8, okay, is found in this notebook, and it's got a set of words and a set of prefixes. Now, we've done a lot of suffixes, and they're groups of words, letters that go at the end, but a prefix goes at the beginning, okay? So you need to add the number of words using the prefix un and in, and then subtract that number of words using the dis prefix. So you need to work out what all the prefixes are for those words, and then you need to add them together and then subtract them from the ones that there are. So let's work out what they are first. Unhappy, incorrect, misspell, disobey, incomplete, unfair, mislead, and invisible. Okay, so if we look at the un and the in, okay, there were 5 of them altogether, okay, if we added them, but there was only one dis, okay, so that's the only one that we then need to be taking away, so then that gives us the number 4, okay, so that's going to be our 8th digit. Okay, digit number 9, okay, the 9th clue appears on a computer screen, okay, and we've got our graph lines here. This is a line graph, which we've done these before, and the chart shows the temperature in the library overnight. Okay, and you can see it starts to drop and then it peaks and goes up again. You need to find the number of hours between the two times when the temperature was 17 degrees. So we need to find where 15 is and find where 16 and 17 is. And we can see that it's 17 around 9 p.m. here, and it's also around 7 degrees here at 4 a.m. So we need to find the number of hours between those two times, okay? So if we have a look at them here, we've got 9 and we've got our 4. Okay, if we do 9 take away 4, looking for the difference, it's going to give us 7. Okay, so our missing code there is 7. And the final clue is found on a bookmark with a list of anagrams. Okay, so anagrams are words where the letters are mixed up. So it makes a word, but I've put them in a different order for you. Okay, so your challenge is to solve these anagrams. Okay, and the first letter of each answer is going to give us the last number. Okay, so these are your anagrams, but you've now got to turn them around and see if you can make a new word from them. Okay, so let's see how well you did on this one, because this isn't easy. So you've got flow, ideals, verse, and education. Okay, so these are different examples of the same word. We've got F-I-B-E. Final digit is 5. And woohoo! Correct answers. You've managed to escape the library. So not only have you had a go at doing some of your grammar skills, but you've also had a go at doing some really difficult fraction work today, and also having a look at decimals, which is something we haven't really covered yet, and percentages. So check you guys out. Well done for having a go at doing all of that today. So that's your maths lesson done for today. So I'm not going to give you too much difficult stuff. And then you're going to have a separate English lesson and a separate reading lesson that you may already have done, potentially. So well done for having a go at doing those. We might do a couple more of those when we come back, just to get your brains whirring a little bit and see how good your problem solving skills are with fractions. Okay, well done, year 5.